In my head, there are two reasons why somebody might decide to cut off a bunch of people all in one go. And the first one is, of course, this one where they are avoiding responsibility, don't want to take accountability for their actions, they're scared to face the consequences of their actions, they're cowards basically, they're spineless, and they want to avoid that. So they'll just cut off people, they'll block people, they'll just remove everybody from their life because they just don't want to face the fucking music. That's one option. But I also have another option, which I think could also be the reason why. And that is what I refer to as the people pleaser purge, which is essentially either a people pleaser has had enough, they've kind of reached a point where they're like, hang on, I'm actually done with being a passenger in my own life. I am done with, being codependent and living for everybody else and living life on everybody else's terms and shrinking for other people. Or it might be a situation where they've actually stood up for themselves because they've had to, and they're like, hang on, there's evidence to suggest that I'm going to be okay if I stand up for myself and if I advocate for myself and if I back my own corner and set a boundary. So there's two ways in which they almost like see the light. And from that very moment, that's probably when they start to see patterns amongst their friends. Because most people pleasers, especially really, really chronic people pleasers, they will likely have surrounded themselves with people who take advantage of them, utilize them for their own benefit. And it's a rude awakening to discover that you probably have lots of people in your life like that. I'm starting to see that I'm being used by this person and this person and this person, and this person prefers me silent, so does this person. This person prefers me when I'm a shell of myself, and then when I don't advocate for myself. And you start to it's almost like a veil is lifted and you see clearly for the first time, like, oh my God, I've surrounded myself with people that prefer me, who silent and obedient. And admittedly, that is something that the people pleaser has brought on themselves, and that's something that they need to take accountability for, which can be quite difficult because when you're a people pleaser, really you just do it to survive. It's something that you need to heal as an adult. And unfortunately, when you do start to heal as an adult, it sometimes means that some of the people that you decided to surround yourself with are people that take advantage of you. So in my head, there's those two reasons why somebody might cut off a bunch of people all at once or over a period of time. One of them is, of course, immaturity, a lack of accountability, a lack of ability to face the music, grow up. But also I think it can sometimes be a people pleaser purge where people pleasers have got to a point where they're sick and tired of it. They've reached a boiling point, or they've actually had an experience with somebody where they're like, shit, I don't actually have to put up with this. And now I can see that there are other people in my life, unfortunately, that are taking advantage of me. And that's sometimes why they go through this period of time where they're like, no, actually, I've noticed a pattern here. I'm not tolerating that anymore. My standards are higher now. I can't be dealing with that anymore,